All right, I was having some trouble with my microphone, but I think it's better now. So let us go and um, look at the problem for today. The elves' spirits are lifted when they realize you have an opportunity to reboot one of their Mars rovers. They are curious if you would spend a brief sojourn on Mars. You land their script near the rover. When you reach the rover, you are starting the process of rebooting. It's just waiting for someone to enter a BIOS password. The elf responsible for the rover takes a picture of the password, sends it to you via the digital sending network. Unfortunately, images sent via the digital sending network aren't encoded with any normal encoding. Instead, they're encoded in a special space image format. None of the elves seem to remember why this is the case. They send you the instructions to decode it. And let me just go pull this up, make sure it's working good. Images are sent in a series of digits that represent the color of a single pixel. The digits fill each row of the image left to right, then move down to the next row, filling rows top to bottom until every pixel of the image is filled. Each image actually consists of a series of identically sized layers that are filled in this way. So the first digit can correspond to the top left pixel of the first layer, second, the pixel to the right, the bottom layer. For example, given the image data, this corresponds to the following layers. The image you received is 25 pixels wide and 6 pixels tall. To make sure the image wasn't corrupted, would like you to find the layer that contains the fewest 0 digits. On that layer, what is the number of 1 digits multiplied by the number of 2 digits? Okay, so what I want to do is, so let's say count colors by layer, which takes as input a an image, which is a list of ints. Let's say image is a list of ints, and it's going to return a dictionary of int to a dictionary of, and actually let's just say it's a list of dicts of int to int. From typing import dict list, and let's say an image is going to be a list of ints. So that's image is going to be a list of ints. Okay, and so let's parse an image, and let's just say raw is a string, width is an int, height, how do they call it, 3 wide and 2 tall. Height is an int, and it's going to return an image. Okay, and so let's just say pixels equals int c for c and raw, so that's fine. And now let's think about, first digit corresponds to the top left pixel of the first layer. The second digit corresponds to the pixel to the right of that on the second layer, and so on to the last digit, which corresponds to the bottom right pixel of the last layer. And so what we want to do is we're going to say image equals, let's say num layers, is number of layers fixed, or no, it's not. I don't think it is fixed. So we'll just say num layers equals the length of pixels divided by width and divided by height. And now let's say the image is going to be 4 in range num layers. So we're going to have first for each layer, and then we're going to have for each layer we're going to have none for in range, let's say width. So basically for each layer, for each height, we're going to have a row, and the row is going to look like none. So we'll just empty it this way. And now what we'll do is we'll say layer equals layer equals x equals y equal in pixels, and then we just want to increment everything. So and let me go back and say, given 3 wide, 2 tall. So we actually want to go, I think I got this a little bit backwards. No, I didn't. Okay, so that's fine. But it's actually going to be I and j where so let's do it this way. Ij equals pixel. And now let's say if j, if j equals width minus 1, so I'm writing to the last place, I'll loop around j equals 0 and I plus equals 1. And then now if I, or actually let me do this, j plus equals 1. So increment j, if j equals width, j equals 0 and increment I. And then if I equals height, I equals 0 and increment layer. And then I shouldn't have to do anything else other than return image. And so let me just make sure that this gets parsed correctly. And so let's say raw equals this. day08.py parse image raw, and we said that width was 3 and height was 2. Height equals 2, so that's going to give us image equals that. So image 0 is the first layer, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's good. And image 1 is 789.012, and that looks good as well. Okay, so I'm just going to, it's not the right way to write a unit test, but I'm going to do that anyway. Assert that parse image raw equals this. Okay, so now what we want to do is count colors, which takes an image, which is an image, and returns basically a list of dictionaries from int to int. So for each layer, it's going to return a count, and all I really need to do is import counter from collections. And now what I want to do is for layer and image, I want to return the counter of pixel for row in layer for pixel in row. So now if I do it like this, let's say image, count colors image. Did I not run it? I did not run it. Parse image, raw, and 3 and 2. Image equals that, and count colors image. So the first one says that I have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Second one says I have 1, 8. And so if I do, count colors of, if I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 5, 1, 4, 7. I missed an open bracket. Damn it. So somehow I did not. So that's fine. That, and then I need one more. And so that says that in the first row. Okay, so that's good too. And now what I want to do is I want to say layer that contains the fewest 0 digits. What is the number of 1 digits multiplied by the number of 2 digits? And so, 1 times 2, given an image, which is an image, and that gives me an int. And so color count equals count colors on the image, and layer equals min color count key equals lambda cc cc0. So say find the smallest layer where the color count is 0, and then I return, and this is really like layer count, layer counts 1 times layer counts 2, and now let me do this. Image equals parse image raw 3.2, and assert that image is this, and then I want to assert that 1 times 2 of image is, and let's see what they say. The layer that contains the fewest 0 digits. So in this one, it's layer 1, which has the fewest 0 digits, and number of 1 digits times number of 2 digits is 1 times 1, which is 1. So let's go do that, and let's run it and check my test, and that works. Okay, good. So to begin with, get your puzzle inputs. Yeah. So copy, and let's add a file for this, day08.txt, paste, save. Okay, and so, with open day08.txt as f, raw equals f.read.strip, image equals parse image of raw, and then they said that it's 25 wide and 6 tall. Width equals 25, height equals 6, and then print 1 times 2 of the image. So let's run that, and it says it's 1072. So let's copy that and give it a shot. That's the right answer. Okay, good. Continue part 2. Now you're ready to decode the image. The image is rendered by stacking the layers and aligning the pixels with the same positions as each layer. Digits indicate the color of the corresponding pixel. 0 is black, 1 is white, and 2 is transparent. Layers are rendered with the first layer in front, the last layers in back. So given position as a transparent pixel in the first and second layers, a black pixel in the third layer, and a white pixel in the fourth layer, the final image would have a black pixel at that position. For example, given an image 2 pixels wide and 2 pixels tall, the image data that corresponds to following image layers, then the following image can determine the top visible pixel. Top pixel is black because top layer is 0. Top right pixel is white because the top layer is true, but the second layer is 1. But the bottom left pixel is white, but the third layer is 1. Bottom right. So the final image looks like that. What message is produced after decoding your image? I don't really know what message means here. So let's. Oh, I see. It's the message is like printing out. So we need to do 2 things. One is we need to, let's just do show image is an image, and that's going to none. And so what we need to do is we need to consolidate. And so let's say so let's do this. Import copy, because I'm just going to do a deep copy and say consolidated equals copy dot deep copy of image 0. So we'll just copy the first layer. And num layers equals len of image, so that's fine. And for I height equals len of image 0, width equals len of image 0, 0. So, for I in range height, for j in range width, and then for layer in range num layers, color equals image layer I j. If color is not equal to, let's see, which one is transparent? Is it 2 is transparent? So we need to, so if color is not equal to 2, then basically consolidated ij equals color, and then break. And that will break out of this inner for loop. So then it'll go to the next pixel, and we'll do that pixel by pixel. And then what I want to do is, and actually, I'm just going to make this a string because we're going to want to print it basically. And now what I want to do is I want to say for row in consolidated, print this dot join row. So let's go back and see, given an image 2, this, so 2 by 2, so let's go here, and let's say raw2 equals this, and image2 equals parse image raw2 raw2 to 2, and then we just want to show image 2, so let's run that, and it renders as 0, 1, 1, 0, which looks like that, which is good. So now what we want to do is actually show that image and run that, and it is going to be, I can't read that, so I'm going to change this a little bit and say if color equals 0, which is the black one, consolidated ij equals star, break, and elif color equals 1, consolidated ij equals space, break. And then if it's 2, it'll just keep going. So let's try running this again, and I can't read that, so I must have screwed it up somehow. So let me do that, and it's showing black is 0, white is 1. So maybe I have it backwards. Let me try changing it and seeing if it's easier to read this way. And then changing this. Okay, that is easier to read. So that looks like it says YLFPJ. So let's YLFPJ. And that is the right answer. 1 gold star, closer to rescuing Santa, rank 592 in the stars leaderboard. You have completed day 8. So that one wasn't too bad, and hopefully it was interesting to watch. Yeah, nothing super interesting going on here. So, hello to everybody on the live chat, and I will see you. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be traveling all week, but I'll try and do it anyway. So.